Achieved with CryEngine.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the third George's Corner here, and we very much appreciate everybody that's stuck through with us so far, and we also very much appreciate all your comments and questions. Please keep them coming. We are more than happy to answer any one of them, and, you know, even if we don't know the answer to them, we're very good at making things up. Okay, so, now, we are going to go ahead and showcase the newest map that was just released, and that was the fighting over the Hagerstown Pike, which is that road with the fences on either side of it, just in the center of the screen there. If I were to zoom in just a bit. Oh, we can see the Confederate line building up themselves over there, just as the Union line is attempting to do as well. And let's go ahead and get up close and personal with it, shall we? So, both sides start pretty close and personal to each other. The spawn points on this map are very close together, so the action is quick and fast as soon as they get started. So, the job of the Confederates is to hold their position and make sure that those Union do not take the point, just as with many of the other maps that we have released so far.
Double line!
And we have a few guys here. So we have some of the Confederates actually setting up a different line here so as to protect themselves from flanking forces.
If you're in my double line, fire will.
Now the idea behind this is that we are helping to represent the push down the Hagerstown Pike that occurred right around 10:30 in the morning. Don't worry if you can't hear me, you're not actually supposed to. You know, who needs a actual host for some of these things? Anyway, just kidding. But Green's division, after they had taken the Miller's cornfield, came up as per what's known as basically the high water mark in the West Woods. So prior to the men of the Williams division coming up, who actually had elements of the 5th Ohio, 7th Ohio, some Pennsylvania troops, as well as some troops from Maryland that pushed against the Confederate forces, such as some members of the 46th North Carolinians. I love that word, right? Carolinians, I should say, excuse me. With some members of the Virginians under Armistead that were in reserve, and those North Carolinians were under Anderson in this case. Anderson and Walker. All told, underneath Walker's division. So they were pushed away from the Hagerstown Turnpike by some fierce Union advancements, and this is what we're helping to partly represent today. So if we were to zoom in here, you could see that this line, under the command of Second Lieutenant Henry, is trying to take away the majority of their shots while another major line pushes down from the top and forces the Confederates to actually reposition. So you see they've actually left the fence and are doing some heavy defense works here.
Rear rank, fall back on the fence.
Rear rank, fall back.
On the fence, rear rank,
Rear
on the
rank,
fence.
rear rank on the fence. On the right
Fire
side.
will,
Stay where you are.
fire will, fire will.
Rear rank! Stay with me, boys.
Oh, look at the quintuplets here. The rebel quintuplets are back. And with those shots that you just saw, you're seeing the suppression system that we have in effect in this game here. So whenever you are close by to somebody that shoots, particularly from the rather mouthy end of it, it does tend to have those suppression effects come into place. And the members of Captain Boland and things like that are desperately attempting to hold the lines against some fierce Union attacks from several angles. Already several men have fallen on the Union side here. Albeit they might need to get closer here as they flank them down the road. Let's see what trouble these guys here are putting up. And it looks like they have lost several men from the return fire. And they're now taking refuge here in the rocks, just off the way.
Firing by files from the left. Wet fire.
So besides mooning Fido being a bit quick on the trigger there, what you just heard was the command to firing by files. And in firing by files, the idea is that you're trying to get as much lead down range as possible with any of the firing orders here. But with firing by files, you're trying to make it so that there's at least somebody in the line always reloaded. And it's especially a good one to practice when you have a lot of guys in the line. But basically, you'll fire this guy first, then the next guy after a few seconds, then the next guy, then the next guy, all down the line. And by the time that it gets to the end of the line, the first guy that fired will have reloaded. And so getting that constant rate of fire down range is one of the ways, besides just having everybody fire at once, also known as a volley fire, or to have ranks fire, which you are actually seeing over here, where they had actually set up a front kneeling rank, and boy, they have taken some casualties and a charge by the looks of it, which I unfortunately missed. And a rear rank, of which you can have the front rank fire and then the rear rank fire, trying to make it so that one rank is always reloaded.
Charge of bayonet, clear him off that road.
I'm not sure how long this sharpshooter is going to last. So up close and personal with the enemy. He is attempting to scooch up there. Will he be able to actually get in there and start trying to take the point? Oh, might he have a chance? Oh, maybe not. There is a guy ready and waiting for him. Can he survive? Oh, he survived so long. Don't mind me, guys. Everything's fine here. Little Katzmer there kind of missed that there was an enemy amongst the ranks. Oh. Oh, and he was able to take down two guys at the very least before getting taken down himself. By this time, we should hopefully have some Union reinforcements. Oh, and so we do. A charge is coming down the line. They're attempting to get to the fence. Take down these poor blokes. Oh. They are getting taken out piecemeal. That's an enemy right there. That's an enemy. Oh, Sergeant hits me. Got him. That poor captain there was not paying attention. And yet we still have more for the grinder. Oh, and they're just piling on now. My gosh. We need an ambulance quickly. Well, forget the ambulance. We just need our hearse. And a big one. Oh, boy.
Got the ink in the bush.
And down goes some more.
Behind me.
Oh, and we have another contingent that marching on down this way. Along with the gentleman from Minnesota there. Lacking the jacket. Oh, and one at least went down there. And we have at least another. Oh, they're going down quite quickly as well. They can't stand for long against that withering fire, and they are heavily outnumbered.
Skirmishing is our job.
Oh, and this poor gent is not going to last for very long.
Skirmishing is our job.
Oh,
Jesus.
oh man. Let's see what sort of ranks the Union might be facilitating over here. Alright, and they got a main line that looks to be charging right towards their center here, along with reinforcements to the skirmishers in the rear there that are going to be going around the far left.
Pray to God, boys.
Praying to God. Oh, I gotta love John Candy. Okay.
Right base. Fire my company! Make ready!
Make ready.
Take aim!
Take aim.
Fire!
Fire.
Oh boy. And that was a heavy volley to come down their line. Already, at least 3 have been taken down. Let's see if they've had equal measure over here.
Fire my file from the right. We're firing my file. Fire my
Take
file.
aim.
Aim. Commence fire. Commence fire.
And unfortunately, this is going to be a bit piecemeal just due to differences in server time. But at least you're seeing an approximation of the idea behind firing by files. Oh, and they are up close and personal now. They are charging them like it's pick a charge, but much reversed. They are hitting them hard. Oh, and taking them down quickly. Right. And quite a few casualties sustained on both sides there. Yet again, the bodies continue to pile on here. Pun intended, of course.
Fire down the fence line so you can do something
Here
about
comes
the
one.
tree.
He jumped over the fence. Might cover out the bush to the left. Keep an eye out.
If you see him fire,
Yeah, during the time of the Battle of Antietam, the actual fighting that pushed the Confederates back from the Hagerstown Pike and pushed them into the West Woods back there preceded some heavy close quarters combat. And I mean, you literally had guys on either side of the fence just directly shooting at each other, unfortunately, and just causing tremendous casualties. Oh, and it looks like we have some skirmishers out here that have gotten around and are going to be attacking the rear of the few Union skirmishers that are available. Up and already taking down probably at least 2 there. Oh, and several have gone down. Oh, all of you have gone down. Oh, and Sal 2 defending himself, but getting taken down by Sergeant Hitsme.
Jeez.
And those few have now completely been taken down, but they have caused severe casualties in the meantime. And now the Confederate line is down to about half of their forces, desperately attempting to hold on, and they still have another 23 minutes to do so, but only 80 tickets in that 23 minutes. try and hold the line. In the meantime, the Union has also taken very heavy casualties and only have 100 tickets in their case to hold and to push. And they continue to take down even more. Minus a few team kills here and there.
Just charge the shit out of them. Roger, we're hitting well from this side. We need a party to go on the other side. Maybe the guys.
There's not enough men. There's not enough men to do that. We just don't have the men.
Confederates on the right.
You can see that the captains are communicating amongst themselves, trying to organize some resistance. And in the meantime, some of the Confederate forces are actually attacking them from the fence line over here. Looks like some elements of the 1st Texas, Company H. They're continuing to harass the main line as they attempt to do their job, hard enough as it is already, and also diverting some of their men from actually paying attention to the main line. Meantime, Scott Crow here is attempting to do a few more casualties on them. And the main Confederate ranks are now on this side of the fence, knowing where the main Union line is going to be.
Yeah, get down.
And now it looks like that line is going to come straight down.
Over the fence. Howie, over the fence. Burger, over the fence.
Alright, and now they are attempting to yet again form ranks here. And now they are roughly in 2 ranks, but quickly getting annihilated by good Union shots. And now the main Union line is advancing on the side of the fence they were at just a bit ago, but being occluded by the smoke.
Hold steady! Gotcha!
Oh, and they've been pushed hard. There's hardly anybody left here. Can they do it in the time remaining? Only 54 tickets left. And the good Irish Sergeant Cliff is causing heavy casualties, but taken down by calibrated corps there. And yet again, the Confederates hang on by the hair of their chinny chin chin. Now, one thing to bear in mind is that with any sort of charge from the time frame in the Napoleonic era, it wasn't an all-out charge as you might usually think. No, the charges at the time were actually, at least at first, quite leisurely affairs, where the front rank would have their bayonets down with their points facing towards the enemy, and then the rear ranks would have their arms at the right shoulder shift. Oh, and it looks like the Confederates are counter-charging a little bit here on the right flank. Albeit not for long with the sort of casualties they're being inflicted upon. But there is one guy hiding out just next to the tree there. Oh, and he has taken out at least one bloke. His pistol shots is attempting to take a few more.
Out. Behind us.
Oh. And there comes that squad there that have been making such casualties. Oh. There we go. And that squad is finally taken down, but they have caused significant damage.
How does it keep happening?
Let's take a look now at the main Confederate line, which has, for the most part, completely given up their position. But the might yet... Oh, and that guy went down. But there is indeed so many bodies on this road here. They are attempting to hold the line as best they can. Up, and Corporal Jerk is running for his dear life. Oh, and he's got one guy, but is taken down in turn by Cyber Knight there. But they almost have the point with only 29 tickets left to go. The Union can still win this, either by capping the point or by taking out enough of the Confederate tickets so as to leave them unable to reinforce anymore. Oh, and there goes one of the captains there.
Boys gonna get killed. Texans behind that fence.
All right, my guys, with me. Fall in on me. Fall in on me.
Captain Fubar attempting to take his men on a main push. Yet again, with only 19 tickets left, there isn't much that's needed to win today.
Company, at the double quick forward march. At the double quick forward march.
But it's quickly getting to be an even match here as the Union take heavy casualties throughout this fight. And Private Kleinberg has survived long enough to take down that enemy officer. But, oh, and he is then taken down by another officer under Second Lieutenant Bohr there. And it's now just 13 tickets, 13 to 20. It is hard and fast fighting here today. And if I do this sort of announcing any more actively, it's going to sound like a Brazilian soccer playoff, let me tell you. We're going to get to the end of the match and I can go, goal! Well, there's just a few more seconds here, just down to 11. Oh my gosh, it's so close. Oh, but down to 9. It is some bloody fighting that goes on here today. And we have another charge against the Union here, but they are quickly getting taken down. And down to just 4 and 6. Oh, guy, this is a jerker one. Oh, Black Mac. Black Mac, come on. Take him down before you're in turn taken down.
Charge down this next one. Let's go. Charge.
Oh, nope, he's not going to survive here. Oh, maybe he will. Oh. Oh my gosh, the U.S. has won today. All right, that was such a close battle here at the Hagerstown Pike. Very nicely done on both sides. All right, man, that was an absolutely awesome battle, let me tell you. It got right down to the wire there. So thank you for joining me. We're going to be doing the interview portions now, and I'm joined by Captain Fubar and Captain Martin, along with Sergeant Trump and several others here, and they are going to be helping to showcase the Union side of the battle. Now, how did you think that went?
Well, we'll let Mr. Martin start off here, if that's fine.
Sorry, my wife was talking over me.
Oh, must have been on one of those little pocket telegraphs, yes?
Oh, yes.
Yes, of course.
So was
Late war issue.
Just wondering how you thought that the battle might have gone.
It went fairly well. The first one I never attended. The second one actually went fairly well. A lot of good maneuvering from multiple units. We had, I think, the 51st New York, and then the 15th Alabama, and the 1st Georgia, and a couple other squirters from other companies joining on us. And we actually were able to split on either sides of the flanks on the 1st Texas. It actually went fairly well. I mean, we were able to knock the tickets all the way down, so it did the job.
Exactly, yeah, that is definitely a map of attrition, as any of them might be. So, with all this in mind, we do have to commend you on an excellent victory there, albeit, like I said, it was right down to the wire. There was hardly any tickets left for either side, and you guys took some heavy casualties throughout the battle. Was that just primarily due to some of the tactical decisions, or how would you say that? Or why would you say that there was so many casualties on both sides?
Well, I'd definitely say it was probably because of the tactical decisions we had to make. We knew that the only thing we could do, facing them head-on when they had the cover and were entrenched in the positions they were in, was to flank them and lower their morale. And that's what we had to do. We hit them from the flanks. Each flank we hit. When we hit and we hit and we hit, and that's all we could do. Is just bleed them down, and lower that morale until we could take that victory.
We did our best to split them as we could on the flanks, hitting both flanks at the same time when we could, when we had the men to do it. I mean, you can only do so much.
We'd keep them occupied with skirmishers, and then the main forces would roll in on the flanks and envelop.
Yeah, very nicely done on that, albeit you guys look to be hugging as many bushes as possible to keep concealed, so that you can continue plugging away at them. Yeah, being like wasps against a bear sort of thing. Anyway, so we had some excellent fighting there. I do appreciate all of your time there, and we certainly hope that you'll join us again next time.
Oh, we'll be there.
Awesome.
You can always bet on us being there.
Well, thank you very much, and thank you all for serving us today. We very much appreciate it. So next up, we are off to the Confederate interviews. All right, so that was an amazing battle. We are now here on the Confederate drill camp with Lieutenant Colonel Phillip and Major Stockton, of course. How are you guys doing today?
Doing fantastic.
Mighty fine.
Awesome. Yeah, we had an excellent battle there. That was so close. It was right down to the wire, let me tell you. I was biting my fingernails all the way.
Yeah, it was a close one. I think it got down to 1 or 2 tickets there at the end.
Very close. Lots of maneuvering, lots of chaos. It was fantastic.
Absolutely, yeah. And so many bodies just piling all across there. It was crazy. I'd actually had, that was the first time I've actually seen them properly piling in first hand there. Was it a little bit difficult to try and scooch around all those?
It got a little difficult there for a little bit, but yeah, we in the 1st Texas are pretty apt to dealing with chaos. So, but yeah, it was a blast actually getting to see the models in game following what they're supposed to, and added to that, realism that y'all are going for.
Definitely. And the carpet of bodies was a nice touch.
A nice touch, like a fine sauce on top of the steak, of course, yes. I mean, not that we don't need more fresh meat across the whole thing. Anyway, so we had absolutely an excellent battle there, and I do commend you guys on some of the things that you're doing. And I noticed that you guys were on one side of the fence, then the other side of the fence, then the other side. You were all over the place trying to defend yourselves.
Oh yeah, it's a pretty close fight there, and the Union side does start with more tickets than us, and basically on that map it's so close, the respawns are so fast that it's not a race for the timer with the defense. It's literally the only way you can win is you have to bleed their tickets. So that's one of the only few maps where Confederates are also fighting for tickets at a disadvantage. So lots of maneuvering, lots of using those fences to our advantage, bait them to come to one side and switch to the other, so we have the advantage of the fence works between us and them.
Yeah, I noticed. Oh, sorry. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I said that goes both ways. That the jostling for the cover is part of the game there.
Yeah, it's quite a bit different from, for instance, the Burnside map, where you guys have such a big starting advantage to begin with.
Exactly.
Definitely, especially about midway through the battle, finding and engaging the enemy became a problem. We knew they were to our left and to our right, but the smoke obscured our ability to engage them, efficiently. So at one point there, we were just kind of engaging in a certain direction, firing to the left, just trying to hit someone. Hopefully we hit someone, and I'm sure that's exactly what those boys went through on the 17th of September.
Yes, exactly. It was not a fun day, and as I understand, at least especially for the Union side, they were rousted out of the camps pretty early, didn't even have much chance for breakfast, and then came right down the lines through the cornfield, all the hard fighting there, and coming on to the Confederate lines, which had got themselves a little bit substantiated all across there trying to defend themselves. Well, thank you so much. I very much appreciate it, and I hope you have a great day. This has been George's third edition of George's Corner. We hope that you guys will join us once again. It's going to be at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time and 5 p.m. on the Pacific Coast for those over here, as well as 8 p.m. over there in Europe. So please join us again. We'll look forward to seeing you. Have a great day.